I stopped it here rather than let it play, because I was more interested in the title. No vaccine, no pint. Right then, let's have a think about that one, really. So, everyone's get back to normal, go to the pub and all the rest of it, yeah? Because you get a vaccine that works 87% with 13% question marks of the whether it works, and nobody knows the full effects of the side effects, right? There's one big question mark, and those side effects can, because they don't know the full side effects, it can have the word death in that 13% and the side effects and all the rest of it, that type of thing. Over a so-called disease, right, that if you're under 60, you've got 0.1 chance of dying. Yeah? So you're going to get yourself vaccinated up, yeah, with the knowledge of, they don't know the knowledge of the full side effects of the vaccine, which is one big question mark, which is bigger than 0.1 chance of dying of COVID in the first place. So you're injecting a big question mark because you're scared of 0.1 of death, okay? Otherwise you won't be getting the vaccine, for whatever reason, okay? So you then go to a pub, right, with your vaccine, to then go into an area where you start drinking. There's more chance of you then dying because of the causes of alcohol than there was with the COVID in the first place. So all you've done is be scared of 0.1 chance of dying, for whatever reason you're in fear of it, to then get something injected into your arm, there's a question marks over the side effects, which is a big question mark, yeah, which is the same if not more than the 0.1, as well as it only works 87%. To then go to a pub in an environment where it's more dangerous, yeah, than the 0.1 chance of you dying with COVID. So why on earth did you lock yourselves up? Why have you gone along with it? Or anything? So why did you get the injection? Because if you look at the mass of everything, the whole concept of this COVID is telling you that you should be fighting against it and learning off the stuff that you're fighting against and doing your drills and all that lot, but just don't give in to it, because they're injecting into you something that's a bigger question mark than what you're scared of in the first place, and you have to take it to go into a pub, if that's the case, in an environment that's more scary and deathly death, yeah, with the alcohol world, than it is of the 0.1 chance of dying in the first place of COVID. Do you get me? That's my point. So I'll look into the figures. Right, put it bluntly here, right, you've got 5,698 alcohol-specific deaths, right? That's when you go through the hospital, like. And it goes, no, a further 1,920 deaths were also due to unspecified hepatitis and fibrosis and cirrhosis of the liver. Yeah? These deaths are not included in the alcohol-specific charts because they are defined only as being partially attributable to the alcohol. Yeah? Now, if it's at that level, that amount of numbers are dying just on the stuff that goes through the blinking hospitals and can be said that is due to alcoholism, basically. Now, you've got all the other deaths on road traffic accidents due to alcohol. You can then add that figure to it. You have deaths with fighting, all that sort of stuff, blah, 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 right? And then you got the slow deterioration of your liver over a period of time and all that stuff. It goes on. So basically, there's loads of stuff that isn't put down here within the figures. Yeah? Now, these figures alone, these are more dangerous than the COVID figure of 0.1 chance of dying. Yeah? That's my point. So, you've locked yourselves in for a year, right? Under 0.1 chance of dying if you're under 60. Yeah? To then be offered a vaccine that only has 87% chance of working and 13% not working. Plus, they don't know the long-term side effects or short-term side effects because they're all still working it out in a guinea pig format. Right? So you then have 0.1 chance of dying. Those folk, you get an injection to go to the pub. The injection is more question markingly unknown than the chances of you dying at 0.1. So you've just injected another question mark into your arm over something that hardly kill you. Just to go to a place in an environment that kills you more than what you initially locked yourselves away for a whole year, and nearly killed your pub industry the whole lot. Yeah? They're killing you out. I wouldn't be surprised, right? You know, the back-ended stuff they've done with the church and the religions and all that sort of stuff. They're all thinking, hey, do you know what, guys? You know when all these, kneel down 7 times a day, suppose when you stood watching over them. Check out the psychological mindsets of the teachers who do it to the kids and the juniors at schools in London, where they've got them all doing the bowing down. Yeah? And they just check them out, how they, arrogantly feel in power. Yeah? So you got these people, like, big Muslim area and all that sort of stuff, the leaders say, yeah, it makes you feel great, this. Yeah, it makes you feel great having them kneeling right down and doing stuff just because you're doing it. You might as well just kneel down because they're combining their feel-good factors of ego whilst they're manipulating your country. Right, everything. The whole lot is going on, guys. They wouldn't be surprised if they don't care if the blinking pub vanished. Muslims wouldn't, would they? Yeah, the rich buggers won't, because they still go to their in-house pubs and the clubs that will always be open because the money says so. I'm talking about the general folk. Yeah, you've been bowing down for a year already. They are whipping you. Yeah, they are making you all do whatever they want. The whole lot. You're walking around with stuff stuck to your face that don't work because your hand habits tell me. Anyway, your cleaning things tells me. The whole thing. Yeah, it's not accurate with the concept of how they are fear driving you. Yeah. That's why there's a push on you, everybody. That's why they're now then giving the ultimatums and things like that. So for a whole year, we all locked ourselves away for point one. But you're prepared to come out for a pint. Go an environment's more dangerous, in the theory why you're scared in the first place. And you're prepared to get something injected into your arm that you know nothing about. Apart from the information that shoved you in your houses in the first place, around point one. So you have to ask yourselves, why did you go in the first place? Then you got to ask yourselves why you're taking an injection by people who told you to go in or something at point one, and they're telling you to come out, get injected to still be in a worse position. And they're taking the piss. They don't give a shit if somebody fucking gets side effects. They send thousands of people over the blinking trenches for a few inches of land. Yeah, I'd have just given them all a spade and they could dig it, couldn't they? Yeah, they could dig it. Could have dug a canal's worth. Do you get me?